Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, I know this is a total surprise to you because I have not been on Facebook Live for a long time. Hey, Ronald. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Sheree. And so, listen, I am truly, truly excited to be on with you tonight. As some of you all have seen, I was waxing my floors tonight. So since I'm waxing and they're drying, I figured I'll go ahead and jump on Facebook. And today, I really want, listen, if you haven't already done so, can you share this video? Because I promise you, it is going to help someone. Hey, Lorraine, thank you so much for joining in tonight. If you haven't already done so, please, please, please share. Hey, Sister Jameson. Hey, Karen, please share this video because I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, it is going to help you. Hey, Rayla, it is definitely going to help you. This is something that I go out and teach corporations on how to accelerate their companies, right? Their companies' achievements. And so if it worked for them, I know it's going to work for you tonight. Hey, Jeffrey. And so listen, tonight we're going to talk about how to push forward even when your mind is telling you to quit. And if you are like me, you go back and forth, right? You know, you have, it's almost like you have something sitting on this shoulder, something sitting on the other shoulder, and one of them saying, go forward, while the other one is saying, you know what, it's not even worth it. And so I hope you can see the question that I have in this video for you. And the question is, what has caused you to lose your motivation? And I listed 4 different answers that you could possibly see. So I really hope you see them. What has caused you to lose your motivation? Is it that, you know, the goal that you were going after wasn't properly planned? Is it that you've gotten so much discouragement from other people that you don't even believe that you can accomplish it right now? Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Robert. Is it that maybe you're in the midst of this goal and you are just stuck in a particular step? I know what that feels like. Or is it that the reason why you're considering quitting is because you just don't have the lack of time, talent, support, or resources? Hey, Karen. And so tonight, and if you haven't done so, please share and make sure that you answer those questions because I really want to see where you are because I have information that I want to share with you, but it's also, hey, Cynthia, but it's also with you answering, it's going to allow me to really, really, really tailor tonight's live video for you, all right? Because I can talk about a whole lot of stuff, but if it's not going to be relevant to you, then what's the point? Hey, Reverend Keys. Hey, Kevin. And so listen, the question I have for you is, have you ever wanted to quit? I mean, have you ever, hey, Miss Mac, I love you. Have you ever wanted to quit before? Or do you feel like quitting right now? Let me tell you something. I have not only had a desire to quit on something, but as a matter of fact, if I will be honest with you, I have quit on some things, all right? I definitely have quit on some things, and I tell you, when you put forth a lot of effort and then because it gets difficult, because it gets challenging, because it gets tough, and you quit, and you just totally quit. You know, I found myself in a place of resentment. And when I say resentment, it was more of regret. I hated that I wound up quitting. I hated that I didn't go forth. I hated it because of the fact that I broke a commitment to myself, right? And anytime you break a commitment to yourself, it makes it harder for you to do it the next time. And right, and so one thing that I learned is that quitters never win and winners never quit. And if someone can type that in for me, I would just appreciate it. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Because I want you to think about this. If winning was easy, then everyone would be winning. I want you to think about it. If winning was easy, then everyone would be winning. And so one thing I can tell you right now about success is that 1, it is paid for in advance, and then 2, it is paid in full. Those are 2 things that I can right now tell you about success. But there are 2 areas that you will either win your battle or you will lose your battle. And the first area that you will win or lose is in prayer, okay? Because again, when you pray, you're connecting with the greatest power in the world, in the universe, to help you get from point A to point B. And then the second area that you will either win or lose is in your thoughts, right? Because whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, you are right. You are right. And so if you believe that you can do this thing, then you can. If you believe that you can, hey, Sylvia, if you believe that you can't, then you absolutely will not. And one of the things that I have found is when you're dealing with your thoughts, you're really dealing with a lot of emotions. And they're out of the top 22 emotions that you and I experience on a daily or weekly basis. Hey, Sean. Hey, Sister Rucker, I can tell you this right now. Only 7 of them are positive. The other 15 are negative, and they are absolutely not going to allow you to get from where you are to where you want to be. There are actually 15 emotions that we experience the most that literally sabotage our goals. And so a lot of times when it gets tough, when it gets rough, and you feel like quitting, more than likely you are hanging out in those bottom 15 emotions that are not going to help you. So you will win your battle in prayer, and you will win your battle in your thoughts. Whenever you feel like quitting and giving up and aborting the process, you will win your battle if you connect in prayer, and you will win your battle if you decide to change your thoughts. And so those are the 2 areas that I first wanted to let you know about how you win or how you will lose that battle. Hey, Val. And so listen, share with me, and I thank you all for completing the poll, because I see that some people said that their goal wasn't properly planned. And I tell you, if your goal is not planned out from point A to B and it's realistic and you begin to take action, then you will not accomplish that goal. And so I am so excited to be going into my 3rd year of Design Your Destiny masterclass, and I'll share with you a little bit about that. Normally I do it virtually, but this year I'm actually going to do it live. And then I see some of you have said, you know what? The reason why I think about quitting is I see because of discouragement from others. And then I see other people are saying, I'm just stuck in a particular area. I'm just stuck at a particular step. The great thing about it is none of you are saying that you have a lack of time, a lack of talent, a lack of support or resources. So that means that you actually can get over the hump. But you got to first get the necessary momentum. And one thing I can tell you up front is that momentum is hard to gain because you got to put so much work and effort into it. Hey, Rochelle, but I promise you, once you get the momentum, it is easy to maintain. Think about pushing a rock, or here's a better example. Have you ever seen a car stuck on the side of the road and you see people behind it trying to push it? You know, trying to get that thing to do that first roll is difficult, but once it does the first roll, it's easy to keep the momentum of the car moving. And if you haven't already done so, please share this broadcast tonight. And so listen, let me go ahead and jump really quickly into the 5 steps that will help you explode your motivation, and it will help you stay motivated. All right. And so the first thing, and if someone can type this into the comments, that would be so helpful to me. Thank you so much, Lorraine. And I do want to read your comments as I'm going through. And if you have questions, please, please, please type your questions into the comments because I can't see them live. All right. And so listen, I want to first tell you, never give up on your goals, because if you give up on your goal, hey, Kendo, superstar, if you give up on your goal, hey, Pastor Carol, if you give up on your goal, then you're stuck. You're in the same place. And again, when you quit on you, when you quit on that commitment that you made with yourself, it only makes it harder for you to pick back up and start it again. And so the first thing I would tell you, the first step in how to explode your motivation and stay there is, 1, just imagine positive results. Listen, When you use your imagination, you can either use it to imagine positive results, or you can use it in a way that you worry. And I remember a long time ago, I heard a gentleman say, guess what? When you worry, all you are doing is using your imagination negatively. Ain't that something? Because think about it. Your imagination is painting a picture. And it's a picture. You're either going to paint the picture that you want to see, or you're going to focus on what you don't want. You know, a lot of time I ask people, hey, tell me what you want. And for some reason, they start telling me what they don't want. And see, whatever you focus on, grow. Which plant will grow? The one you water. And so when you consistently talk about the things that you don't want to see, those are the very things that you see, because that's what you're so much focused on. And so I'm saying, if you want to get motivated and stay motivated, you must imagine the positive results. You know, think about how you will feel when you accomplish that goal. How will you feel? What will it look like? That is one way that you can gear your mind on focusing on the positive results. You know, one of my mentors said, LaShonda, whenever you see the obstacles, it's only because you have taken your eyes off of the goal. And so I want you to imagine this. Right now, we're in football season. And of course, you see I got my Green Bay Packers shirt on, but I live in Kansas City. And so, yes, I'm a Kansas City fan because my husband is as well. And hey, I like Patrick Mahomes right now. But I can tell you this. Every year at the beginning of the season, every team see themselves winning the Super Bowl. Now, the reality is every team is not going to win the Super Bowl that year, because only one can be the winner. But they still see themselves winning the Super Bowl. And the reality is this: if you can't see yourself doing something, then you will never be able to do it. And so I want you to imagine all of the positive results, how you are going to feel once you accomplish that goal. That's the first step. The second step is tap into your excitement. You know, what part of this goal excites you, and what part of this goal challenges you to use new skills? That's good, ain't it? That's so good. Listen, you know that I travel. I travel 2 weeks out of the month. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Michelle, Miss Knight. It's so good to see you virtually. And so you got to tap into your excitement. Now, let me tell you something. When I travel, sometimes my flight is delayed. Do you think I like my flight being delayed? No. When I travel, sometimes I'm not too impressed with the hotels, right? Sometimes when I travel, I am speaking like 6 hours for that day. And I remember just about a month and a half ago, in the middle of training, I caught laryngitis. That's the challenge that comes with what I do. Just like whatever it is that you want to accomplish, there's going to be a challenge. There's going to be something that's going to stretch you. There's going to be something that you're just not going to like. But if you focus solely on the parts that you don't like, you are not going to be motivated, and you're not going to accomplish that goal. And so the second step is tap into the things that excite you. So let me tell you what excites me. I get excited when I get a chance to meet all the new men and women, because I know that more than likely I'm only going to see them once in a lifetime. So I focus on the fact that I get this one opportunity to make an impact in their lives. I get one opportunity to see the light bulb go off. I get one opportunity to take them from where they are to where they want to be. Listen, I have people telling me that, LaShonda, I never thought I can do what you do, but when I see how you do it and how genuine you are and how sincere you are and how excited you are, I believe I can do and accomplish my goals. Man, let me tell you, that lights my fire. But even better than that, I love when people come up and say to me, you didn't say it, but I know that you are a believer in God. It's just You got this anointing over you. You have this glow over you. See, that's the stuff that excites me, even though when I'm out, I'm away from my family who I love dearly. So the second step is I really want you to tap into your excitement. What is it about your goal that really excites you? But then what is it about your goal that challenges you to use new skills? You know what? When I caught laryngitis in the middle of a seminar, a training, look, I was given the opportunity to quit, but winners don't quit and quitters don't win. So I told them, listen, if you can get me unlimited tea, unlimited honey, unlimited hot water, and get me a microphone, I'm going through with this. And so it challenged me. It challenged me to be creative. So I had to do more group exercises. I had to close my PowerPoint and add more slides because I was not going to shortchange them what I intended to give them. I just had to be creative in how I was going to deliver it. So tap into the pieces that excite you, but also tap into the pieces that will challenge you to be a little better. Hey, Kevin. And listen, thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for adding in these tips. And so here's the third tip, okay? The third tip is celebrate progress. You know what? Think about all the obstacles that you have to overcome. Think about the ups and the downs. Think about the lows and the very lows. Think about the hurts and the pains. Think about how you have to bite your tongue. Think about how you have to be creative. Think about how you have to get over adversity. And then you have the nerve not to celebrate your progress. How will you have a desire to keep moving if you don't celebrate your progress? And so when I say celebrate your progress, I'm challenging you to look and see where you can find successes to boost your confidence along your journey. Right? There are some days where I feel like, oh man, I don't think I was my best today. But then I have to remember when I look and see evaluations and people say, man, I would take any training that she is giving. That boosts my confidence back up, right? And so I'm able to find the different areas where I have succeeded to help me continue to move forward. And you are going to have to do the exact same thing, all right? Look, if you haven't shared this broadcast, do me a favor, share it. And so I want you to celebrate your progress, okay? And somebody write that in. Celebrate your progress is the third step in exploding your motivation and staying motivated. The fourth step is seeking happiness. Seeking happiness. How can you reward yourself if you meet your goal? How can you reward yourself? Will it be shopping? Will it be going to the spa? Will you, let me share something with you. When I'm out for a whole week and then I come back home, the first thing my husband tell me, he said, don't do any work. All I want you to do for 2 days is to relax. He don't want me to cook dinner. He don't want me to try to tidy up around the house. He just want me to relax. He want me to replenish myself. He want me to refuel myself. He want me to revive myself. He want me to give myself replenish myself with the energy that I have exuded, because he know I gave it my all when I was out. And so now he want me to get back what I have given out. He want me to pour into myself. And so even for you, seek happiness. How can you reward yourself when you meet your goal, or even along the journey? You may set little benchmarks, and you've accomplished the benchmark. Even though you haven't completed the entire goal, you just completed the benchmark. And so how can you reward yourself just for completing that benchmark? Hey, Josie, thank you so much. I think you are a first timer. Thank you for joining in. Right? And so these are just a few things. And then here's the fifth step. Avoid unhappiness. Avoid unhappiness. Now, this may sound a little bit off, but consider it reverse psychology, okay? The fifth step is avoid unhappiness. And that is, what penalty can you impose on yourself if you don't meet that goal or if you quit? What penalty will you impose on yourself if you quit on your goal? Right? You should not be okay with quitting. That's what I'm trying to say. It should hurt if you quit. Now, there's pain and discipline, and there's also pain and regret. But the pain of regret is far worse than the pain of discipline. And so I'm just saying to you, don't quit on you. Because if you quit on you, then that vision that you have been envisioning, that dream that you want to manifest, it's not going to happen. I like that, Sylvia. Give yourself permission to refuel. That's right. Because you would not drive a Bentley with no gas in it. But you are more precious than a Bentley. So why drive yourself with no gas? Okay? And so for those of you who say, LaShonda, I believe my motivation is due to the fact that I didn't plan it right, let me tell you something. More than likely, you were right, and that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. When you say, LaShonda, I'm considering quitting because discouragement from others, let me tell you something. When somebody come and try to discourage you, think about this. If you buy their opinion, then you must buy their lifestyle. So if you're not impressed with their lifestyle, then let me offer you a suggestion. Do not buy their opinion. You know, one of my mentors, John Addison, he said, LaShonda, never listen to people more screwed up than you. Ain't that tough? He said, never listen to people more screwed up than you. So those folks that's discouraging you, one, ask yourself this. Do they have the lifestyle that I want? If they don't have the lifestyle that you want, then forget about listening to them. And then the second thing I want to tell you, you don't need anybody's permission to be great because you already have permission. And then the third thing, for that person that is discouraging you, or that group of people that are discouraging you, if they are saying what you want to do will not work, here's a question that you ask them. Say, okay, well, since you're telling me my plans is not going to work, what do you have to offer me that's better? See, more than likely, they are not going to be able to tell you anything. So when they tell you your plans is not going to work, then you turn around with boldness and say, well, okay, what do you have to offer me that's better? And when you hear crickets, hey, Danielle, hey, Felicia, when you hear crickets, then you keep going with your plan. And so those of you who are just joined in, we have been talking about the two areas that you win or lose. We're talking about how to push forward even when your mind is telling you to quit. And then I've already shared the 5 steps that will help you explode your motivation, as well as how to stay motivated. But I do, those of you who are just joining in, I want you to, one, answer the question that I have presented. You know, what has caused you to lose your motivation? And I'm now just talking into those different things, all right? Hey, Miss Margie. And then those of you who are stuck in a particular step, you know, that can be a result of really not having it planned out properly. Or it could be that you're trying to go this way when really the Lord wants you to go in a totally opposite direction. And so you have hit a brick wall, not because it's intended to stop you, but because it's intended to turn you around. And so those of you who are dealing with those areas, I would love an opportunity to just kind of chit chat with you on a one-on-one personal basis, no strings attached, because you know this is my ministry. To be able to help people get from where they are to where they want to be, because I was in that place where I was stuck and didn't know how to get from point A to point B, and somebody helped me. And so listen, if you are in the Kansas City area, I am so excited about this, because I love to do a Design Your Destiny workshop right before the beginning of the next year, because I don't want you to just mosey into 2019. I want you to explode into 2019. And because someone has shared with me how to do it, I want to share with you how to do it as well. And so this is the third year of my Design Your Destiny masterclass / workshop. Normally it's done virtually through Zoom, but this year I'm going to offer it live in Kansas City. And guess what? There is no cost. All I need for you to do is have a vision or a dream that you want to accomplish. I want you to have a positive expectation. I want you to have a winning mindset and a belief that you can. Because whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, you are right. And this year I'm so excited because I'll be able to host it at my church, Guiding Star Missionary Baptist Church in Kansas City, Kansas. And I'm looking at the third week, the third Saturday of December. That's what I'm looking at, right? If anything changes, I'll let you know. And I'm going to put it up on Eventbrite. And again, all I need you to do is RSVP, but there will not be a cost for it, because I just want you to show up. Because I know this, the more people I can help win, the more people will win, and eventually that thing will come all the way full circle. Because the way you become valuable in any marketplace is to add value into the marketplace. And so if you are in the Kansas City area, get your girlfriends, get your family members, get your adult children, get everybody, and come on out to our Design Your Destiny 2019 masterclass, so that we can really get this thing together. Hey, Gina, and if you're in the St. Louis area, come on in. I mean, if you're anywhere within driving distance of Kansas City, I want you to pass the show up test, all right? And so listen, are there any questions? Do you have any questions, any particular questions that I can go ahead and answer before we end tonight's broadcast? It felt so good to be back live. As you know, I don't think I've really been live this entire 2018. Why? Because, you know, I just needed to hear from God in the direction that He really wanted me to go. And I'm clear now. And so I am looking forward to helping as many people as possible. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Auntie Jackie. So listen, before I end, if you just joined, please go back and watch the beginning of this broadcast. Also, answer the question that I have before you. And those of you who have just now said lack of time, talent, support, resources, look, I have tons of resources. I have tons of resources. So make sure that you inbox me and I can share with you some of those resources, okay? Also, if you're interested in the Design Your Destiny 2019 workshop here in Kansas City, inbox me so that I can give you a little bit more details. For those of you who are not in the area, if you want to be a part of the virtual, then inbox me and I will consider also doing something virtual, so that those that are in different parts of the country can also participate. So listen, you would love a one-on-one. All right, Miss Knight, go ahead and inbox me your contact information, and then you and I can go ahead and schedule something. And because you're in my area, girl, we can have lunch, we can have brunch, we can have dinner, we can really get together because you are in my area. And you know what? I would really love to connect with you because it's been a long time since I've hugged you. So it's about time we get to hug. And so I'm looking forward to it. And so listen, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm so honored that you took time to be with me tonight. If you have any questions, even after I end the broadcast, go ahead, still type them in, and I promise you, that's right, Sylvia, networking is a resource. And if you have any questions, I promise I'll come back and answer those questions, even though the broadcast has ended. So listen, God bless you. I love you. I adore you. I appreciate you. And remember that you don't need permission to be great because you already have permission. All right? You were fearfully and wonderfully made, and you don't need permission. All right? I love you. Bye.